Look at them. They're here again. The same three lads. Every day I turn up here at this time, right, and they're here. 4 o'clock on the dot. They probably get out of a lecture or something and their first thought is, right lads, straight to the gym, all aboard the gain train. Can't say it's going particularly well for them though. And before you say anything, the reason I notice them is because it is practically impossible not to. They obnoxiously take up all the room. They take up all the equipment. They walk literally within an inch of other people who, by the way, are just minding their own business, and they make sure every poor fucker in the place can hear what they're saying too. And their form, by the way, their form is fucking atrocious. All over the place. No clue what they are doing, yet they keep on adding more weight. And the more weight they add, the worse their fucking form gets. Shocker. And I'm just stood there, right? I'm looking and I'm thinking, you silly twats, you're getting nothing from this. And it annoys me so much, right, that these three obnoxious knobheads who clearly only give a shit about themselves can't see beyond their own ego enough to realise that there's more to this world than them and their undersized, overpriced apparel. And you know what else I've noticed as well, right? The staff keep putting these posters up, right, around the changing room. You know, the ones with an absolute unit of a man on it. You know, the kind of man who's advertising the latest supplement or energy drink or whatever the fuck it is that will turn you into the next Arnie or whatever. But you know what I did notice? That absolute unit on the poster is wearing the same gear as those three lads. Then they walk in, don't they, those three? They start flexing in front of the mirror. They don't care who's around. Then one of them, the skinniest one of them, starts to stare intently between himself and the poster when his mates aren't looking. And he begins to frown. And he starts grabbing at his arm, you know, trying to discover every fucking little muscle fibre there is. To be honest, it's almost kind of sad. I realised then that I can't be pissed off at them, can I, really? They're just kids, they're not doing anything wrong. Yeah, they might be a bit twatty, but they're not hurting anyone. They're just doing what they think society expects of them, aren't they? Particularly at that age. Trying their hardest to be like that fucking guy on the fucking poster. What someone ought to tell them, though, is that that guy on the poster, he isn't even the guy on the poster himself. In fact, to be that guy on the poster, he's probably had to do 200 odd press-ups just before the shoot, dehydrate for a week before that, and tense every muscle he possibly can, whilst, by the way, simultaneously trying not to sweat under the perfectly angled light so the 5 layers of makeup don't melt. The entire thing is one big fucking lie. And don't get me wrong, I don't know these lads. But someone ought to also tell them that they're probably just doing fine as they are. There's enough pressure in day-to-day life for everyone without being told that your main chance for a better life is to try and be like somebody who technically doesn't even exist. And if they do want to try and look like that guy on the poster, that's absolutely fine. But do it for the reason of becoming the most authentic and better version of yourself, not a replica of somebody else. Do you understand? Right? Do it your way for you. Which also, I guess, explains their form, you know? Get there as quick as possible, shove all the weight on, and all the results are instant, aren't they? No. Someone also needs to tell them to slow the fuck down. Life is a marathon. Time is on their side. If you take your time, do things the right way, the results will come. They say there's no time like the present, so why not prolong the present by making that journey longer? Because let's face it, that's the fun part, innit? No one talks about how the winner lifts the trophy, they talk about how they won the race. People are so focused on the bullseye that they forget what it is they're doing with the fucking bow and arrow. Someone ought to tell them that. And again, I don't think anyone will tell them that. They have to figure it out for themselves. Someone should tell them, but they won't. Even I won't. Because I'd be a hypocrite to do that, right? I made the same mistakes as them at their age and I still do them now. And what's worse is I even still think like that now, sometimes. Then again, maybe that's all the more reason to tell them. Nobody told me, and Christ, I fucking wish they would have. Fuck, I really wish they would have. And surely that's all the more reason to tell it to myself time and time again as well. Just remind myself that life is a marathon. It takes time. Fuck it. I'm going to tell them. Like someone should have told me. Oi, lads! 1 sec!